petticoats, layers of underclothes, a melted skirt, tight corsets, and bonnets. Some of them who weren't as wealthy wore a simple dress with an apron. Men usually wore jackets, trousers, a shirt, vest, and a necktie. People moved around by carriage, horses, and trains. A major historical event that happened this time period was the Civil War. I was only a couple of years from being born when the war ended. Well, I was 41 years old, which means I am much older than you. For fun, people like to read, play games, play instruments, and spend time with their families. As a child, I wasn't able to read or write, but I adored listening to my mother tell me Bible stories. I love learning new things. I love learning too. One of my favorite things to do was reading books. A lot of girls didn't go to school, but I was very fortunate to be able to attend. My parents believe that girls should attend school like the boys. Schooling was a bit challenging for me, but my personal educator, Annie Sullivan, took time and effort to patiently teach me for years and years to come. I was even able to graduate from college. Well, enough about that. Let's talk about why we're famous. I fought for women's rights and traveled all around the world. I worked with Elizabeth Cady Stanton, and we wrote a newspaper together. We worked hard for women's rights. Well, Susan, I was an advocate for equal rights too. I wanted slavery abolished and for people of all colors to have equal rights. I was a slave for many years, but I eventually escaped. However, after I escaped, I didn't feel as happy as I thought I would, because I missed all those I had left behind. So I dedicated my life to making trips back and forth on the Underground Railroad to bring other slaves to freedom in the North. You really made an impact, Harry. I tried to help others when I was older too. You see, when I was only 19 months old, I got a really high fever, which caused me to lose both my vision and my hearing. Being both deaf and blind made learning very difficult for me. But as I mentioned earlier, Annie Sullivan came to my rescue. I overcame a lot of obstacles but accomplished much. I dedicated much of my efforts to educating others with disabilities. My goodness, we're a real stellar group of girls, aren't we? You got that right, sister. No matter what life gives you, you should always make the best of it. And look toward the future. Take it from me, I never gave up, especially when things got really tough. Well, look at that. We're fighters that never gave up on our dreams. You're right. Let's continue changing the world.